Yeah, First Samuel 17. I'm going to read verse 20 to, well, I'm going to read verse 20 through 30. And it reads that David rose early the next morning, left the sheep in the care of another, took the provisions, and obeyed Jesse, his father's instructions. David reached the camp just as the army was lining up and shouting its war cries. Both Israelite and the Philistine prepared to fight against each other. So David left the provisions with the person in charge of baggage. He ran to the front lines and shoved his way through the soldiers to greet his older brothers. As David talked with them, Goliath, the Philistine champion from Gath, emerged again and shouted his challenge to the men of Israel. This time, young David heard his words. For when they saw Goliath, all the Israelites were frightened and retreated from him. Have you seen this man who steps forward? He's trying to taunt Israel. Our king will reward the man who kills him with wealth, a royal marriage, and freedom for his entire family from taxation and obligations in Israel. So David was asking those around him by asking, what is the reward for removing this insult from Israel by killing this man? No uncircumcised Philistine can get away with taunting the armies of the living God. For the soldier respond back saying that you heard what will be given to the man who kills him. We are just talking about it. Verse 28 reads that David's older brother, Eliab, overheard this conversation and became angry with David. So Eliab is questioning his little brother David by asking, why have you come down here? Who is watching your tiny flock in the wilderness? I'm your brother, and I know you, and you're ignorant, and your heart is evil. You come to watch the battle as if it were just entertainment. So David responded, say, what have I done now? I was just asking a question. Verse 30 says, and David ignored him and asked another soldier the same question. And the people gave him the same answer. Where his father Jesse had sent him out to go, I want to say, conversate with his older brothers. And so as he's going out to go talk with them, doing what his father asked him to do, his big brother assuming that the reason why he's out there for is because he's, probably he's trying to be nosy and seeing what he's doing. And so, he may feel like, yeah, you just like some, horsefly. You just keep, following me. Or maybe he's, wondering because he asked a question that why haven't you attend your sheep? And in other words, he feel as an older brother that he don't want his younger brother being where he's at, because he doesn't want him to get hurt, or he doesn't want anything bad to happen to him, and so he doesn't want him to look at what he's doing. Him and his two older brothers, he don't want him to look at them as I for say, like this is a game or some type of fun activity for them to do, So, so they're in the army, and this is a real battle, and so he don't want his I say little brother inside the way of being in danger here. But from David point of view, David feel as if that he's just trying to learn, just trying to grow, and he's trying to do something better. But then have you ever feel like when you try to do something better, you got people who's looking at it from a negative point of view? Like they feel like like they feel like you're doing too much, or they feel like why are you doing this? It was fine. You was what you was doing earlier before. And then there are people who I want to say may not want you to grow because they feel comfortable with you being where you are. But however, when change comes, then the changes. Yeah, you need to grow. You need to go out and explore and do new things. And this is going to unease some folks. Yeah, and so you got to be okay with going out and understanding that yeah, there's some family members, some friends, or whatever, yeah, who's going to be uneasy about us moving into something new. Secondly, what's not understood in the scripture is that the scripture never said that David was leaving his sheep. He was still doing, taking care of his sheep, but he was just wanting to come out here to where his older brothers and them, so he can learn something new. So maybe he may want to do two jobs, and so no, there's nothing wrong with adding, I would just say, more to your plate if that's what makes you happy. And so with this situation here, let's not hold people back from doing what the Lord have called them to do. If you see someone else movie going and you feel like it's bigger than them, then just pray for them, or just ask them, hey, is there any way that I can be a assistance or a help to you, or to make this easier on you. And so sometimes we all need that thing, as to where we need someone who can make things easier for us. And so, within this part here, I hope that you have received a word from God. So the sevenfold blessings is, yeah, I speak blessings of health for you and your family. So number two, I speak blessings of deliverance from any habits that you have in your life. Number three, I speak blessings of peace to your mind from anybody or anything that may be disturbing you. Number four, I speak blessings of salvation to any friends or loved ones. Number five, I speak blessings of comfort to any person hurting, lonely, bereaved, or confused. Number six, I speak blessings of finances, debt cancellations, prosperity, economic empowerment to all of God's people according to his riches and glory. And number seven, I speak blessings of anointings and promotions in your life to complete your assignment, to move forward in your purpose.